Students, this is Unit 1, the Alphabet and Grammar of Geometry, Lesson 1.3, Conditionals and Logic. Taking a look here, please make sure that you get both the date, time, and location that you are watching this, as well as a parent, teacher, or guardian sign off. Let's take a quick review here. I'd like you to put your finger on the paper and track as I read aloud, please. It says, draw a plane Q with collinear and coplanar points RST. Draw and raise RS and RT. Trace and sweep SRT. Segment IJ is non-coplanar. I'd like you to take just a minute and attempt to draw that by yourself, and then I will happily give you the answer. Take a minute, draw that by yourself. Okay, so we have here a plane Q. So you should have a tabletop. And Q is cursive in the corner. Coplanar points RST. And remember, same letter, same point. And we have two rays. Notice, very importantly, that R is the hinge. R is the hinge. So it's collinear, which means on the same line, and coplanar on the same point. So there's R, and we're going to go this way. We have RS, that's RS, and we have RT. Notice R must be the hinge. Trace and sweep SRT. Well, SRT is what's called a straight angle. A straight angle. And then we have segment IJ, that is non-coplanar. So IJ can be up floating off in space, or IJ could be going through, showing 3D, through the point here, IJ. All right, let's get into today's lesson. We're going to be talking about conditionals. Conditionals, these are your vocabulary words you need to be familiar with. The word conditional, what is it? What is the word converse, inverse, contrapositive, hypothesis, and conclusion? So by the end of today's video, you should be able to go back to this vocabulary box and verbalize what happened, what all of these terms mean. Now, conditional, super easy. A conditional statement is an if-then statement. It implies some sort of cause and some sort of effect. Some sort of cause and some sort of effect. So sometimes the words if-then are directly in the sentence. Other times they're hidden but implied. So all cause and effect statements don't know what's going on here. All cause and effect statements are conditional statements. So take a look here at this ad. It says the Walmart ad communicates a certain idea. So I'd like you to look at this Walmart ad, and I'd like you to fill in this if-then statement, starting with, if you shop at Walmart. What is Walmart implying through this ad? Write it down. Okay, so Walmart's saying if you shop here, then you're going to save money and live better. That's what it's saying. So in the sense of cause and effect, the cause is shopping at Walmart. The effect is going to be you're going to save money and have a better life. Improved life. Okay, so even though this ad doesn't have if-then in it, it does imply cause and effect. The cause is shop at Walmart, and the effect is you're going to save money and live better. When we look at cause and effect in conditional statements, the cause is called the hypothesis. The effect is called the conclusion. All advertisements, without exception, are conditionals. All advertisements. Every time you look at a commercial, every time you see an ad on the internet, every time you see a magazine full-page ad, it is communicating if you buy this product, or if you go to this destination, or if you use this particular service, then something's going to happen. It's a conditional statement. It's implied. It's implicit. Let's give you some more practice pulling out these conditional statements. Looking at this page here, I want you to look at the ad on the left and the right. Take about 10 seconds. All right, now after looking at this ad, I'd like you to write out what you believe is the conditional statements going on here related to this ad. Okay, so I'd like you to write an if-then statement related to this ad, use your own, and then tell me what is the cause of this ad. Let's take about 30 seconds. Okay, if you need more time, stop this video. I will check those when I check your packets. Let's move on and apply and give you some more practice here. So we're going to read the statements below, and I'd like you to underline what you believe the hypothesis is, and then I'd like you to box where you believe the conclusion is. So underline the hypothesis, box the conclusion. And remember, the hypothesis is the cause, and the conclusion is the effect. So I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. Take a shot at that. If you need more time, just stop the video. So taking a look here, cause and effect, it says if you finish your homework, then you will go to the movies. So the effect is getting to go to the movies. That would be the conclusion. The effect or the hypothesis, the cause, is the homework, if you finish your homework. So that is the hypothesis here. If you eat lots of vegetables, then you will be healthy. The effect is being healthy. That's your conclusion. Oh, I'm supposed to box it. And the cause is eating lots of vegetables. That's your hypothesis. Next one, it says, if you may drive the family car when you get your license. So you ask yourself, what is the cause and what's the effect? The cause is getting the license this time. So your hypothesis is over here. So remember, the hypothesis is not always the first one. And your conclusion is getting to drive. So you need to be able to identify your hypothesis and your conclusion. Think cause and effect. Okay, now once you have an if-then statement, a conditional, there are 3 ways it can be manipulated. You need to be familiar with all of them. Converse means to switch the order. Okay, so converse, we switch the order. Inverse, we negate. Negate means to say the opposite of. And contrapositive, you both switch and negate. Now this won't make a lot of sense until you get some practice. Just write it down. Converse means to switch. Think convert something, converse. Inverse means to negate, and contrapositive, you switch and you negate. Ready? Let me show you what I mean. Okay, converse means to switch. Inverse means to negate or say the opposite of. Contrapositive, you switch and negate. Okay, so here's a conditional. If it is sunny, then we will go to the beach. If it is sunny, then we will go to the beach. So the key components is sunny, then going to the beach. Sunny, then beach. If it is sunny, we will go to the beach. Okay, converse means to switch that order. So it reads something like this. If, and I'm going to shorten it just for the sake of writing it down. If go to beach, then sunny. So look what I did. I took beach and sunny and I switched them. That's called converse. So it started if sunny, then beach. Converse is if beach, then sunny. That's converse. If beach, then sunny. Okay. Inverse means to keep the order but negate them. So the original is if sunny, then beach. Now I write if not sunny, then not beach. So original, sunny, then beach. Converse, if not sunny, then not beach. You just negate it. You say the opposite of the original order. Contrapositive, you do both. So the original is if sunny, then beach. So you switch it, and we're going to do beach, sunny, and then you do opposite. So if not beach, then not sunny. That's called contrapositive. You switch and negate. Okay, take this information, and I'm going to read this to you. If you eat an apple, then you eat a fruit. I'd like you to take that conditional statement. Let me underline the key words here. Eat an apple, then you eat fruit. And I'm going to set the timer for 1 minute. I'd like you to write the converse, the inverse, and the contrapositive. Go. Okay, so the original is apple, then fruit. So the converse is going to be, let me just write the words first. It's going to be switch, so it's fruit, then apple. The inverse is not apple, and therefore not fruit. Contrapositive is going to be switch and negate, so it's not fruit and not apple. So the conditional is if you eat an apple, then you eat a fruit. The converse is going to be if you eat a fruit, then you eat an apple. Inverse is going to be if you not eat, obviously I'm shortcutting the grammar here, an apple, then not eat a fruit. Contrapositive is then not eat a fruit, if not eat a fruit, then not eat an apple. Now, we're going to determine the truth value of each statement, the truth value with each statement. This is kind of an interesting process. Take a look here. Truth value of each statement. So our conditional was this. If you eat an apple, then you eat a fruit. Now ask yourself, is that true? If you eat an apple, are you eating a fruit? And of course, the answer is yes, because all apples are fruits. Okay, that's the conditional. Now watch carefully as we do this. Now the converse says this. If you eat a fruit, then you eat an apple. Ask yourself, is that always true? If you eat a fruit, will you always eat an apple? And the answer, of course, is no. You could be eating a banana or a kiwi or a strawberry. So if you eat a fruit, then you eat an apple will not always be true. So if something's not always true, we say false. Okay, remember the original is apple and then fruit. Converse says if you don't eat an apple, then you don't eat a fruit. So ask yourself, if you don't eat an apple, you don't eat a fruit. Is that always going to be true? Of course not. Again, you could be eating a kiwi or a strawberry or a pineapple or something. So if you don't eat an apple, you could still eat a fruit. So we're going to call that false. And the last one, watch carefully. I switch and negate. So remember the original is apple, then fruit. Apple, then fruit. If apple, then fruit. Say it out loud. If apple, then fruit. Ready? So contrapositive, you switch it and negate. So if you don't eat a fruit, then you don't eat an apple. Now look very carefully at this statement. Think this through logically. I'd like you to check the true or false on your own. Think it through. Take about 10 seconds. Think it through. Is that true? If you don't eat a fruit, then you don't eat an apple. And the answer is yes, this is true. If you don't eat a fruit, then you can't be eating an apple because all apples are fruit. So I want you to watch the pattern here. Very important. Right here. Very, very important. If the conditional is true, only the contrapositive is forced to be true. If the conditional is true, only the contrapositive is forced to be true. So if a conditional is true, only the contrapositive is forced to be true. There's only one exception to this statement. We will talk about it in class.